Hey guys, so I'm back for something just was on my mind, and as I'm taking a moment from the hospital with my mom, I stepped outside to get some air because it's actually a really beautiful day here in New York, and I just wanted to jump on here and talk about something that's really annoying, and that is, you know, my mother had fallen ill and she wound up being in ICU. Although I'm not going to share with you what her personal business is, I will say that my mom's been on a ventilator for over a week. And during that time, while she was really couldn't breathe on her own and fighting for her life, pretty much, the nursing home. The nursing home was calling my family and, wanted to know when is she coming back. And so here's where politics kind of gets involved and is at play. And is a personal story that directly is linked to policies and bills that impact your regular life. So while my mother is trying to recover and trying to heal, and she's on a damn ventilator, the nursing home is calling, when she coming back? Well, god damn it, can she heal? Let me switch hands because I'm on my cell phone. So, and I'm like, can she heal? Meanwhile, I'm getting messages, they're going to give up her bed. Well, where does that leave us? You're going to give up her bed in the middle of a hospitalization? So, of course, we're like stressed. And then they said, well, if you want to keep the bed, you're going to have to pay for it. Now, this is a daily rate, okay, where she is being charged. Medicaid is what covers my mother to be able to stay in a nursing home facility. And if you are someone who has a parent who is in a nursing home, and listen, making that decision alone by itself to have your parent or a loved one be in a nursing home facility is hard. But when your mother or your parent requires medical needs that you can't actually help her with to do, then that's becomes necessary. And so we make the hard decision to have mommy be in that space because we can afford for the level of care that she was requiring at the time to take care of her. We're all living our lives, and not to say that mommy is important as well, but it just wasn't feasible. We didn't have the money. So, and then even in the nursing home, that's a whole nother job in itself, caring for your parent. You still got to care for them while they're in the nursing home. And so I say all to say, but we were at a very vulnerable time, in a very vulnerable stage, and my mother's in the hospital trying to recover herself, and doctors are trying to help her. She got tubes and everything, and it's like this is not the time, nursing home, to say you're gonna eject my mother from the fucking nursing home. So anyway, to make a long story short, I spoke with the social worker, basically, she's not going to be ejected, but they are going to give up her bed. She had a private room. She's no longer going to have that private room at this time, but we agreed that she would be able to be placed in a double room, which I think is kind of cool too, in a lot of ways, because she at least has someone else that she can communicate and bond with, if that was possible. We never know what the condition of those persons that are, that they may share a room, what their condition is. But in the meantime, it took me through, let me just speak for myself, a range of emotions. And so just know that if they cut Medicaid, that's impactful to families like mine and to many other families who rely on the government to help care for their loved ones. And let's be clear, I have no shame in saying that. Some people are like, oh, you're on Medicaid. No, you're on there. There are a lot of things that are there for people to assist people and families, and nobody should be ashamed. If you need help, go get help. But for most people, unless you're in the millionaire, billionaire status, you couldn't afford to be paying daily rates for hospitalizations or in the nursing home and these type of things that require funding. And so it's very important that Congress this week does not cut Medicaid to death to give a tax break to the millionaire, billionaire class. At this point, it's really billionaire class. So, that is just my story, my personal story on how this shit really is impacting people. Because if there's no Medicaid, what are we going to do? How are we going to take care of our mother? Even if she was to come home with one of us and stay with us, she needs nursing care. She needs to see a speech pathologist. She needs a nurse to come in and help her with things. We would need some care because we all got to work to pay our bills and to take care of ourselves as well. And we will also be taking care of my mother. So that is also what you're looking at. Voting has consequences when you don't vote or when you vote for the wrong candidate. But let's just start when you don't vote and you don't show up and advocate for yourself. Because really, it's advocacy for yourself. And when you don't do that, it has consequences. So it's not to say that, it's not about that so much as, these things need to be improved and need to be changed, the whole Medicaid system. But right now, what they're trying to do is cut Medicaid altogether to give people who already have more than enough wealth to give them more money. That's a fucking problem. That's a huge problem. Excuse my language. And, we can go through a whole time of what those services look like. But for me personally, that's going to affect my mom. That's going to affect my family and so many other people's family. So when I come back with my video that I'm working on, because I have been working on it, and I just want to make sure that what I'm providing to everyone is accurate information. And I want to be as thorough and concise as I can. But those are just some of the things that, I'm sitting here and our families are going through. When they froze the funds for people who are getting cancer treatments and things like that. This is real people are being affected. So it's important everyone get out there, call your Congress people, And it's going to be helpful for me if I put up some information with those numbers. And so in my upcoming video, I'm going to do just that. But remember that this is not all, woo BS that we're talking about, that this shit doesn't have real life consequences and effects. It does. So again, we just got to stay vigilant, and we just really have to do the best we can. And that means show up. Show up for yourself, show up for your family, and that's how you show up for your community. And that's how everyone helps to build community, because we're going to need community to get through these next 4 years of this presidency. So anyway, that was my little rant, but yeah, I'm about to go back into this hospital and spend time with my mom, but it sucks. It really does. And we don't know what next week may look like. But we're going to pray and stay, planted in what God has for us, and just also, but be actively engaging in advocacy, even while my life is blowing up at times, but then you still have to be there and for our parents and our loved ones and our children and our family. And so it's a lot. But anyway, I'm coming off here. I've been on here ranting for a minute because I just thought, wow, who else is going through this? Let me know in the comments if you even know if your family's going through it too. But it makes me sad. It does really make me sad. But anyway, it's Poppin' Politics with Kim Nicole, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.